Well, Coach, maybe just to kind of get your assessment of the way that this game evolved here tonight.
Well, I thought we took on a little bit of water tonight for sure. I mean, this was when you look at all of our games so far, this was the highest paced game that we've played in. So I felt like it was a challenge at times for some of our players, and at the same time, I thought there were some players that elevated their game. Like again, we had another good night from Hanzik where he showed that he can play in a game that's a little bit more paced than we've seen so far.
And collectively as a group, did you feel like that improved that side of it, keeping up with the pace of it as it went on?
I think there was stretches where it did, and that's a big part of what we have to do is we have to make it consistent. So it doesn't pay off necessarily in the first period when you're playing the right way, but the belief is that as the game continues to progress in the third period, that stuff starts to pay off. So you start playing a little bit more in the offensive zone than you were early in the game.
Well, Andrew, maybe as a young kid, just kind of described at first, just seeing that pace hasn't seen yet in his eyes. Maybe taking a first period or two to catch up with it, but is that kind of fair with a kid that age and just getting used to that?
For sure. Yeah. I mean, his experience would have started right in Penticton, where it would be a different pace than what he's used to at that point, and then he comes into camp. He's played some games now, and this, Vancouver is a team that they consistently play the same style, and they want to play it up tempo. They want to play it fast, and for a young guy that plays against it, it's a great indicator of, hey, I can do this a little bit better, or I have to make sure I work on this if I want to be a full-time NHL player.
And then to come in the third though and make a play like the one he made to Dryden at the end, obviously there.
He's a really skilled player. What we like about him too is he doesn't shy away at a young age. So he's not a oversized or a huge player by any stretch, but he's very competitive, and he has a really good skill set to go along with that.
Goaltending obviously found a way to get Devin in there for the third, but what did you make of what you saw between the two of them?
I thought both were good. Dustin looked calm early, and I thought when Devin, when the guys get thrown in for one period like they do in exhibition sometimes, I think it kind of shows a lot about that goaltender as well, because he has to make sure that he's mentally ready for that, knows it's coming, he knows he's going in. And I thought when he went in, he made some really big saves for us, and he gave us a chance to win the game, and then again did what he had to do.
In some ways, good evaluation night too, though, in what you described about tonight versus what you've had in the preseason so far.
For sure, yeah. I mean, you can see there's certain players that their level goes up a little bit, and there's some guys that maybe just not quite ready yet. So that's all part of what this time of year is about.